Well, what's up, guys? Got Dave here, and I've said it before, if you're as into riding motorcycles as I am, you gotta have two bikes, man. And it happened to me again. Happened to me a long time ago when I only had one bike, and that was the reason why I bought a second bike, is the battery died on my Aprilia long ago. And the same thing happened to me just the other day on a Saturday afternoon. It was the battery on the RC8 took a dump on me, except I was at work, and I was like, I had to call AAA, and we got it on a flatbed and tied it down, and he towed me home. You know, it's like 25 miles. And I was asking him, I'm like, we get like 100 miles for free, right? And he goes, dude, he goes, you get like 200 now. And he goes, and a lot of times if it's a little bit over that, the driver won't say anything. He'll just take you. He's like, man, he's like, I've towed people almost like all the way to the border. So it's good to have AAA, you know, for the $100 a year that it costs. It is definitely a good deal for me to have it. I should have known, because it was doing it. You know, there was a day that I wanted to take the RC8 out. I went to start it and it wouldn't start. And so I just put it on the charger for like a couple of hours, and then I started it up and I went for my ride. But I don't know if I stopped anywhere. I think I just rode around and then I came back home. So I ordered a new battery for it. And this time it was like a regular battery's like $90. And so I was able to get a lithium for that thing for 140. So it's really, you know, like 50 bucks more is like not a big deal. And it's got a 2-year warranty, and I don't even know what brand it is, but it's got a 2-year warranty. I just ordered it through the local motorcycle shop here, TRE. And big shout out to you guys. I always say just like the local motorcycle shop, but big shout out to TRE, the Racer's Edge. Those guys always hook me up. They always know what's up. Smart dudes that work there, and like just really nice guys. So give them a call. The stock battery that's in this bike has 230 cranking amps, and the new battery, the lithium that I got ordered, it has 310. So hopefully that'll actually be better, you know, because it seems like the RC8's it's always been a hard to start bike. And like, I think it's either got really high compression or it's got like really advanced timing, maybe, is, you know, like that's like one of those are like the two things that make engines really hard to start. Like really hard, like for a starter motor to turn over. That's what I mean. Like every time that I've ever started that bike, even from day one, like when I hit the button, it's like whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, it's like really, it's not like this bike where it's like really fast, you know. It's like, it sounds like it's basically like all that starter motor could do to freaking turn that engine over, you know. It's like totally like it's struggling. But it's really nice to have more than one bike, and that way, you know, if you're used to commuting to work and back on your bike, and all of a sudden it takes a dump on you, and you gotta wait a few days to get a battery for it or something, you know, it's like you got another bike that you can just keep on riding. You don't have to skip a beat, you know. Or say you're planning on going, like, you're gonna ride with your buddies, like, whatever, out to PCH, you know, get some breakfast or something, like at like some eating spot, or go to a car show or something. Get all your gear on, get all ready to go, and you hit that start button and it doesn't work. And you're like, oh, it doesn't start. It's really nice just to be able to pull out, you know, like bike number 2 and be like, well, I guess I'm taking this bike today, and just ride anyway, you know. And then you get down there and you meet up with your buddies, and they're like, what the hell, why are you riding that bike? You're like, oh, you know, the other one, it wouldn't start. And they're like, oh, lucky you had 2 bikes. You know what I mean? Like that way your day doesn't get ruined. You know, like if you're all about riding and that's what you're looking forward to doing, you know, that's gonna be like your fun day, and all of a sudden your bike doesn't start, dude, you gotta have that second bike so that you can go cruise it, so you can still not have a messed up day. So I just figured I'd talk about that. That, I mean, I understand not everybody's got the space to store 2 bikes or the money to afford 2 bikes or whatever, you know, but it just makes it really nice. Tuesday is usually the crazy day as far as traffic goes. That's usually the day that there's like a lot of cars and everyone's driving like they're late for work. Just chilling out. What's up, dude? He's freaking raging into the heat of battle. I'm just like chilling out, waiting for everybody to do whatever they're gonna do, figure out what lane they want to be in, and then I'll start coming through here. You see, that was a quick slowdown right there, man. That was like almost a rear ender, dude. Guy like almost rear-ended that, and maybe he did because they're stopped now. I wonder if they just rear-ended each other. That was a freaking, that was craziness right there, dude. Might leave that in the video. So I was watching a video today by Cycle Cruiser, and it was what scares him the most about riding on the street. And he actually said there were 4 things. There was cars running red lights, cars running stop signs, cars pulling out in front of you, and getting rear-ended. And I was like, all right, you know, so basically cars is what scares you the most about riding on the street. And that's basically the #1 danger about riding on the street. But I just wanted to narrow down that list of 4 things, because one of those things out of those 4 actually does scare me when I'm riding my bike. And that is being rear-ended. Getting rear-ended, whatever you want to say. And that's why I think that it's so beneficial to split lanes when traffic slows down, and why it is so beneficial to filter to the front of the line when you get to red lights. And I'm always talking about that. I talk about that a lot lately, and I really hope that someday soon lane splitting and filtering becomes legal on a nationwide basis. I really hope so, because that'll put us up to speed with all the other countries that are already like in the know on motorcycle safety. You know, and that's the one thing that you cannot control on a motorcycle, is what's going on behind you. You know, that's why I'm always checking my mirrors and, you know, making sure there's nobody like coming up behind me, like hauling ass, like coming up behind me, or riding my ass like too close to me or whatever. Because about the time something happens, I'm watching where I'm going. You know, like I'm not looking down at my phone, I'm not looking at my navigation to check directions, I'm not doing anything like that. So if something happens in front of me, I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna slam on the brakes. And I don't know, it's almost like around here, I would say it's almost like a 50-50 chance, if not worse, that more than likely you're gonna get rear-ended. You know, more than likely that person is not gonna see a little motorcycle with one little brake light in front of them, and I don't know, or maybe not even see the car that stopped in front of you, not even see that everyone is stopped, and just like go freaking flying into everybody. Just, I see it all the time. You know, it's like anytime you see an accident up here on the freeway, it's 9 times out of 10 it's a freaking, or 99 times out of 100 it's a rear ender. You know, it's not like someone just like was changing lanes and bumped into like the side of another car. It's not like a side to side. It's like somebody was slowing down and the person behind them was looking at their phone and just slammed right into the back of them. And that is really what scares me the most when it comes to riding on the street, is just someone coming up behind me, not seeing me, and just freaking squishing me, killing me instantly. You don't want to get rear-ended on a motorcycle, dude. You don't have anything behind you to protect you. It's a really bad situation. That's why I made that video about the three-wheelers being so dangerous, because you can't split lanes on those. So, I don't know, that's just, I just want to talk about that because I just saw that video by Cycle Cruiser. Big shout out to you, Cycle Cruiser. Love your videos, man. Been watching him for like probably over 5 years now. I was watching him for probably like a year at least before I started riding a motorcycle. But I just wanted to talk about that for a second, because that is really, that's the number one thing for me, is just getting rear-ended. That is like the number one fear that I have, number one thing that I do not want to let happen to myself, is to get rear-ended. You know, I mean, talk about like the worst thing that could possibly happen to you on a motorcycle. I think that's about it, honestly. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe out there. Talk to you next time.